Hello and welcome to another episode here on Cruiseandcoasters. I'm Jeff, and we have made it to Mason, Ohio on our USA theme park tour, park number 10 out of 22, and we are at Kings Island, one of my favorite theme parks in the entire world. And today is the first day that the weather could really start to take a turn for the worse. So we are here as the day after Hurricane Beryl hit Texas, and it has been plummeting through the United States, pushing all of that warm, crazy air, and it has actually pushed some severe storms to this area, I think, this afternoon. So we are going to be keeping a very close eye on the weather today and try to do as much as we can before those storms hit us. And then we might be washed out tomorrow, but stay tuned to find out, because we're gonna keep a close eye on the weather tomorrow for Indiana Beach. But anyway, this is my second visit to Kings Island. I already have a vlog on the channel from earlier this year before we rode Top Thrill 2 at Cedar Point. Be sure to check that out. But let's head into one of my favorite theme parks in the world, Kings Island. Funny enough, since we were here 2 months ago, Kings Island has actually opened up a brand new roller coaster that we have not yet done. So, stop number one for today is going to be the Camp Snoopy. It's a great children's area, and they really put a lot of money and investment in sprucing it up, making it look really fresh this year, and put in a very new Vekoma family boomerang coaster called Snoopy's Soapbox Racers. That's going to be stop one of today's journey. So new for 2024, as I mentioned, is the Camp Snoopy area, which is located inside the Planet Snoopy area. Snoopy Inception. I'm obsessed with the trains and how like each little car, oh yeah, they're cleaning it because someone threw up, but that's okay. But the trains are so cute, and they are decorated to each of the characters. And then up here, they have the different flags and the numbers of each car for each character. So we are in row 1, which is Snoopy's car, number 4. You guys, Vekoma is out here killing the game when it comes to roller coasters right now. I think they're the manufacturer to watch, to be honest, because they can do anything from a very family-friendly coaster like the Snoopy Snowbox Racers, but also something super fun and extreme like Abyssus or a tilt coaster. Their new track is so butter smooth, really enjoyable ride. This is a perfect fit for the Camp Snoopy area, the Planet Snoopy area in general, and an excellent like family-friendly kid coaster. Really love to see Cedar Fair invest in family experiences, and yeah, overall a really good time. Oh, fun fact, this is a clone of the boomerang that we rode at Energylandia that was themed to the bat. So little fun fact for you. If you want to see Energylandia's video, you guys should check that out on the channel, my European series. Now that we got the new credit out of the way, we can go on some more adult-centric rides, and the first one of the day is gonna be Queen Rattle herself, Diamondback. Diamondback, let's break her down, shall we? Let's talk about the good. The operations on that were absolutely stellar. This crew was hustling, getting trains out on interval every single time, never stacking the 3 trains. Absolutely amazing. The speed on it is really good, and then I also really enjoyed the airtime. We rode in row 16, which is the back row, and I love just getting lifted over those drops. Absolutely amazing. The not so good. certified rattly disaster. Like, girly pop, what is going on? Those had to have been square wheels that were just like not actually attached to the train. The worst moment of the rattle for me was after the turnaround. That little valley going up into the Camelback actually just like shook the train, and you could just hear the entire train go, oh, because it was so uncomfortable. I don't know what Carowinds does different than Kings Island or even Canada's Wonderland for Behemoth, because those rides do not run this rattly. Like, they have a slight rattle to them, but this is just genuinely uncomfortable and not a good time. So I really hope that maybe Kings Island, if you're watching, take the feedback, maybe do a little work on her, a little introspective moment during the off season, get her some smoother wheels, some smoother trains, something, because the ride is actually fantastic and it would be improved if it was a really, really smooth experience. That's the end of the rant. You guys know I don't like to be like super negative, but I try to give you guys super honest reviews so that you know what to expect. But anyway, we're gonna, I think, head over to Mystic Timbers next, which is smoother than Diamondback. Mystic Timbers is the park's GCI wooden coaster, and it is truly the coaster that just keeps on giving. I absolutely love it. It is probably one of my favorite GCIs. It's gonna be between this and Thunderhead, so when we get to Dollywood at the end of the trip, I'll have to see which one I truly like better, because I go back and forth every time. The first drop and then that first little hill is a great little preview of like what's going to come. It's very smooth, very comfortable, very enjoyable, and then after that second hill, it's just like unhinged, switching turns, going left, right, up, down, throwing out of your seat, eject your airtime in the best way possible. I also just love the theming on this. It's like that kind of like spooky ooky theme of what is in the shed, what's going on, the spooky monsters. We got the snake on that one. We were hoping for the tree because we heard that one is a little bit more rare, but maybe next time. But overall, Mystic Timbers is just such a fantastic coaster. Absolutely love it. Also wanted to give a big shout out to their crew on Mystic Timbers, because they were not stacking their 3 trains. When we came back in, we just went right into the tunnel. The crews here today are absolutely killing it. Thank you, Kings Island, for having such fantastic operations. We have done so well for time. The park is honestly pretty dead today, and I think that's because people know there's a big chance of the severe weather coming in this afternoon. We're heading to our 4th roller coaster of the day. It's gonna be the park's 2nd hyper coaster, Orion, my t-shirt. By the way, I know it's a gig, I'm just being silly. Wrapped up our ride on the park's Giga Coaster, Orion, and I think what needs to happen is these trains, whatever they're doing to these trains needs to happen to Diamondback, because this ride is glass smooth, full of speed, full of force, an excellent coaster for this park. I do wish, and it's gonna be my Thuzy coming out, I do wish it was a little bit longer. I think one hill going out and one hill coming back in, and it could have been a top tier coaster for sure. It's just a little short, and it just comes flying into the brake run with so much speed that could have been used for other elements of the ride if they would have put like another, like, I don't know, 5 million, you know, just like a little cheap 5 million, a couple more elements would be really a top tier coaster. But I love that they did differentiate this from Diamondback, and it does have a lot of positive force, especially on this helix here. They call it the Orion's belt, and it really does give you some like near gray out positive G-forces, which is great. And then I love the little pop of airtime you get coming into the brake run. Overall, a really solid coaster for the park. Why do I continue to subject myself to the car crash that is Flight of Fear? Bobby, Devin, you guys are so wrong for liking this. I don't even understand what is wrong with you. I also just don't understand how this runs so drastically different than the one at King's Dominion, which is literally indoors and the same exact ride. And then also like Joker's Jinx at Six Flags America, which is outdoors, runs so much smoother. The whole, like the first 3 inversions, you just like shake violently side to side while also going upside down. And then the mid-course just like abruptly stops you, like slams on the brakes. And then like you kind of like casually shake side to side. And then the jolt at the corkscrew, not for me. She is not the moment. Flight of Fear, one and done. I don't know why I keep doing it. It's just so silly. It sounds like the heavy rains are about to make their way in. I'm glad that we got the rides in that we did so far. So I think we're gonna do a little lunch break, a little lunch moment, and then maybe see a show. I think there's like a Gazillion bubble show, so we're gonna check out to see if the times will line up. And then it looks like the rain will go away for a little bit and then come back later this evening. So hopefully some more rides to come after lunch and a show. Lunch today is gonna be at Enrique's Cantina, which is a new place for me. I've actually never eaten here before. From Enrique's, I got the steak tacos, and you guys, this portion is huge. This is such a good deal. If you're doing the all-season dining or even the all-day dining, this is such a good option. You could do a bowl, a burrito, or the tacos, which is what I went with here. This looks incredible. So excited to eat these. Finished up a ride on Adventure Express, the park's Aero Mine Train coaster. This is one of my favorite mine trains. In May, I feel like it was running a lot more unhinged and painful. I don't know, maybe if it was just where we were sitting. We did do the back row on it, and it was pretty smooth actually. The transitions are super janky, but exactly what you want in a mine train. Just a lot of fun, a lot of good force to it. And I really love that Kings Island put some money and love into the attraction about a year ago, and then they restored all of the thematic elements to it. Really, really good ride on Adventure Express.
If you guys are having fun, let me hear you make some noise.
I am still shaking after doing Drop Tower. Again, what is with these names? You couldn't come up with anything more creative than Drop Tower. So we did Drop Tower at Kings Island. I hated it. I hated every second of it because it takes you to the top of it and then you just slowly go up and up and up and up for what seems like ages. It's dramatic. I hate it. And then it finally dropped. Once it did drop, it does have a really, really nice, solid drop with some good airtime. And then the forces when you hit the brakes were great. So other than the holding at the top, I enjoyed it. But I hated the hanging at the top. We were next to ride, and it looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a rain delay. The bat turned into a water roller coaster. After about a 45-minute rain delay, we did finally get on the bat, the Aero suspended coaster here, and this ride is just absolutely so much fun. So many good positive Gs, good swing, good speed, just kind of flying through the forest. I love that they brought back like the bat and repainted it, kind of paying homage to the original bat that opened up here. I absolutely love that aspect. It's like miles and miles better than Iron Dragon at Cedar Point. Absolutely love this coaster, so much fun. Got off of Banshee, the B&M inverted coaster here at Kings Island, and it continues to be one of my favorite inverted coasters out there. I think a lot of people give it way too much hate on the rattle and how rough it can be, and I think they just need to get over it because it's absolutely fantastic. It has so many good positive G-forces that I absolutely adore, and I love that you just get flung right off that first drop, into a dive loop over the midway, into a vertical loop, 0G roll, and then you hit the top speed and some amazing positive Gs in that pretzel loop all the way out in the field. Absolutely incredible. And then you get a nice like little hang time moment. It's not a 0G roll, it's like an inline twist, I think is what it is. And then the tingles in your feet are back for the positive Gs and that final helix. Absolutely incredible. If you do want a bit of a smoother ride, I think maybe go for like a center seat towards the front of the train, because I think that is where I found the more smooth rides. Up next is going to be the park's wooden monorail, the Beast. Finished up a ride on the Beast, and while I do admire the history and what the Beast did for wooden roller coasters, she was running on slow mode today. I don't know if it was maybe the rain, the weather. It's been really warm, and today it's a little bit cooler, so maybe that has something to do with it. But the trims were definitely hitting really, really hard. I will say, I appreciate being here in the summer because the foliage is really grown, it's really green, the trees are full, so it's really fun to kind of fly through the woods and have it like be so full and woodsy. And then the second part of the ride, like off the second lift, the helix is a ton of fun and where I think the ride really starts to shine. But overall, she was definitely giving wooden monorail today. Sorry guys. If you guys have seen my Kings Island vlog before, from earlier this year, you know that the blue ice cream is a must-have every single time I come. The one in Planet Snoopy is significantly better than the one by Banshee, by the way. It's much creamier, less icy, absolutely delicious, really soft blue raspberry flavor. Ugh, my favorite. We have a little spare time, and we've heard some good things about this Gazillion bubble show. It was actually here, or I think it was at Dollywood when we were there a couple of years ago, and I saw some videos and wanted to check it out. So up next is the Gazillion bubble show. What in it? Not me being 32 going on 33, being absolutely encapsulated by a bubble show. That was absolutely phenomenal. I wish I would have seen that when it was at Dollywood. I'm excited because I think we're going to be able to see it again at Dollywood in a couple of weeks because they have a bubble show going on as well. That was insane. When they say a gazillion bubbles, they truly mean a gazillion bubbles. I'm speechless with how many bubbles there were through the entire thing. I think my favorite part of the entire show was this like choreographed laser dance, and then the bubbles went off and there was dubstep. It was wild, it was unhinged. That was so cool. I think unfortunately the show is ended by the time this video comes out, but if it comes back or you see it somewhere else, go see the show because it was so cool. It was so fun. It's around 6:30, which is around the time they said the storms were supposed to start, and we have blue skies and sunshine, which is great news for us. We're gonna do a quick dinner at the Miami River Brew House, one of my favorite places to eat here at Kings Island, and then a re-ride on some of our favorite coasters until the storms start. And we are under a tornado watch, so we are keeping a very close eye on all the lightning and making sure that we are staying safe. But first, dinner. It's been quite a hot evening, so I went with something refreshing and went with the KI salad, which is a salad. It has like feta cheese, craisins, and then some honey roasted, I think peanuts, with a balsamic vinaigrette. This looks really refreshing and really good. After dinner, we decided we're going to do some of our favorite rides one last time, hopefully before the thunderstorms come in. So we got a second ride on Diamondback, which was just as rattly in the third row, so don't believe the rumors that the front is smoother. And we also just did Mystic Timbers in the back row, and what was so exciting about it, other than it being an amazing roller coaster and one of my favorite GCIs ever, is we got the tree monster at the end, which I don't think I've ever had before. Apparently the rumor is that it's a very rare monster to get at the end, and less than 5% of trains see the trees. All right, well, we've had a very interesting and eventful afternoon. Pardon the, I guess I'm just gonna do this. Okay. Wait. Anyway, pardon the craziness that is happening, but there is now suddenly a tornado warning, and the supervisor came flying up the exit of the Beast and told us to go seek shelter immediately because there's a tornado in the area. So this is so fun and exciting. I've always wanted to storm chase, and I love theme parks. This is like my two worlds colliding. This is crazy. So yeah, the tornado sirens are going off. We're exiting the beast, and we're gonna go to try to find shelter. There's just some spooky clouds in the area. Not much really going on out here. They don't really know where we should go to shelter because they locked most of the food establishments, and so they're finding shelter themselves. So we're kind of just left to our own devices, I guess, here at Kings Island. Kind of crazy. Well, what an eventful evening here to end our day at Kings Island with a little tornado warning, trying to seek shelter, and then them locking us out of every thing that we could find to try to seek the shelter. Looks like the tornado has passed. We're obviously safe and everything is fine. There's a lot of lightning in the area. I told you guys Hurricane Beryl is coming up and kind of pushing that warm air and severe weather this way, and it doesn't look like the severe weather and lightning is going to end anytime soon, and the park does close in just over about 45 minutes or so. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be getting any night rides tonight, and that's okay. We've been to Kings Island before. We'll definitely be coming again. We've still had a fantastic day here and really enjoyed our time. Really, really loved getting back on Mystic Timbers. I think that is the highlight of this park, to be honest. That has been my absolute favorite today. Banshee in the front row was so much fun, and I even did the drop tower. That was unhinged and crazy. I enjoyed it, even though I hated it. I know that sounds crazy, but anyway, thank you guys so much for making it this far into the video. Make sure you guys give it a like to fight the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe. Tomorrow we're going to our 11th park out of 22, which means we're almost officially halfway through this USA road trip series. So exciting, and we'll be at Indiana Beach for our first ever visit tomorrow. Subscribe if you guys want to see that video. Keep cruising and coasting. I'll see you guys at Indiana Beach. Bye.